Game with the 50-50. Game with the 50-50. All right, ladies, you got your fans? All right, now let's do a little work about let's here we go, y'all. I don't know if y'all know, but Westlove and the 478 band. It's like, y'all, real quick. Ladies, look at, hey guys, ladies, really well. All right, y'all, real quick for the menu. Game with the 50-50. Game with the 50-50. All right, ladies, you got.
Hey, Grand Rising, everyone. Grand Rising. It's 11:46 in my neck of the wood. What time of it is it in your neck of the wood? This is Black Titanic. Hit that like button, share, and subscribe. First, we got house rules going on. House rules. Oh, yes, y'all saw old school. They was getting it. They were getting it, y'all. Ain't nothing like dancing, y'all. They classified as a sports now, so that's good. Okay, let me just put my banner up and talk about house rules now. The copyright disclaimer on the 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Yeah, 1976. That's when Black Power was going on. The Black Panthers, it was in full force. Malcolm X. Anyway, the Copyright Act of 1976 allowing for such thing as comments, criticism, news, teaching, research, and reporting on all things on Black Titanic channel is fair use and for entertainment and educational purposes. Well, today, you guys, y'all know about the TikTok. I know you guys. Melody did her own thing. I'm telling y'all, Melody walks in her own lane and she loved the melometers. She wasn't thinking about trying to be in competition with nobody to get that $1,000,000. She couldn't because she was over there selling stuff for $5, y'all, $25, $30. She just wanted to make sure that her fans were happy and they were able to afford her product. At the same time, at the same time, you guys, she can make some money as well. So she was selling $5, $5, y'all. So she's not trying to compete. I saw a troll and I checked that troll, but I don't want to get blocked. So it was a troll in there was saying, yeah, about Canvas Beauty Storm. It was better than she was. That troll that came past my eyeballs, and I just said, Melody is a powerhouse all by herself. She working in her own lane. That's what I said to her. But anyway, you guys, over there, that guy, Melody, ended up with 91,000 people or ended on that live, you guys. She also had, what's it, 16.1 million likes. Oh, wow, y'all. Y'all know that's historical. She had two special guests over there on TikTok, Kim Whitley and Miguel Nunez. I guess I'm saying his name, but Miguel was in heaven when he saw that woman. He's about, sit here, sit here, sit here. He was trying to make her sit in his lap, pulling her all down next to him. And then he told her, hey, look, I want to take you out on a date. I am coming to Huntsville. She is a beautiful young lady, and I know that Lauren was there with her beautiful sister. I think her sister named Desiree. But anyway, it was a Desiree and an Amber, but I think Desiree was the sister. Don't quote me on that, I can't be sure. But her sister was good. Y'all know on that line, that woman was selling everything. She was saying skincare, she was washing her face, skincare, lips, makeup. Y'all know I can see why she keep Lauren with her, because that girl, when she put that makeup on, it looked natural. She knows how to blend that makeup in. It looks so good. What she was selling, y'all? Was she selling hair? I said makeup. I knew she do makeup, clothes, skincare, and all of anything by Seventh Avenue Beauty. Everything was vegan and natural. Yes, she had a good time over there. I did say 16.1 million likes. Ended with 91 live, two guests, Kim Whitley and Mr. Miguel. All right, Melody, what's wrong with him? Don't let my tail. I'm telling you how them old women told me when I got my first divorce. Don't let that situation keep you from finding love again. Because a lot of us can do it. But, it's good to be alone and take your time and heal. Let me say hi to Monica. Hi, Monica. Grand Rice and Black Titanic and Chat. Hey, May May. Yes. Hey, May May. She's saying good morning, Linda. Hey, Linda back. Linda Gamma. Hey, boo, if you're here. May again. Miss my. Oh, Miss Kathleen Pillow says, all right now, they are doing that. Hello, Linda Gamma. Glad to see you, Linda. You ain't been here in a while, but I'm glad to see you. I know y'all know what I know. All of y'all. There's some new ones come in every once in a while, but most of y'all I know. And when you be missing a long time, I be missing y'all. I do. I be missing y'all. TNT, come on, Miss Cheryl. Tough. Hello. She's speaking to Cheryl. I just love how y'all communicate with each other. Remember, y'all, when them trolls come in, bring it to my attention so I can get them out of here. All righty, Kathleen Fuller, Tanisha Breedlow. Hey, you guys, I got my Cash App fixed. I tried to do my own Cash App, y'all, and that's what happened. Well, this old lady learned it, and then took my grandbaby so long to help me. So I did like 3 lives without a Cash App. Linda Gamble speaking to Star. Who's this? Star Brewer. Star Brewer Taffy. Hello. Welcome, you guys. And right here is the new Cash App. I took the black. Oh, all of this is. Oh, it's supposed to be Titanic 65. I don't have that. $ Titanic 65. I got to get used to this. $ Titanic 65 is the new Cash App. So today, you guys, we're going to be looking at the Dred Scott case. We're going to be looking at in Black history, we're going to be looking at the Supreme Court and what led to the Civil War. Dred Scott was a slave. He took his owner to court, y'all. And in that court, and while he was in the court, George Tannen had the nerve to tell this man that because we were only 3/4 of a human being, and we would never have the same respect as Esau when Esau come to court. That law right there is still on the books, has never been challenged, you guys. You guys already know when you this color and you're going through court, there's going to be a major difference in how they're going to treat you, because they don't have to treat you right because it's still on the books. I don't know why the black lawyers, or well, not the black lawyers, but some of the black representatives would challenge that and have them take that off of the book. It's part of the Declaration of Independence, if you don't know that. The Declaration of the Independence was not written for us. What's written inside of that Declaration of Independence is that we are not humans, we are property. It's there, y'all. Y'all need to read. A lot of y'all be up there, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. That was not made for us neither. They took the part out about the deleting deleting us out of the Pledge of Allegiance. That's why I don't stand for the Pledge of Allegiance or none of that to the flag, because I do know what they're saying about it. Okay, y'all, we're gonna get started. But one thing I want to tell y'all about Dred Scott. Dred Scott's body is in Huntsville, Alabama, at Oakwood University. I just learned that 2 years ago. All the time, I always do Dred Scott. Every time I do a Black History, I'm gonna do Dred Scott. Dred Scott, and living in Huntsville, never knew that's where his body was at, and that's where he was buried at. Alrighty, you guys. Now, let me tell y'all something. Dred Scott, nobody didn't like him because he was the type of slave, and you hit me, I'm going to hit you back. So what they did was they just kept, selling him. And so the owner felt like, if I just get him a woman in here, that'll tame him. So he fell in love with this lady named Harriet, so they allowed Harriet to marry him. So that made it worse, because you know darn well you ain't finna be hitting on my woman. If I'm not gonna let you hit me, you ain't finna hit at my woman and my children. And he meant that, y'all. They was scared of Dred Scott. They was scared. But he took them to court, and it led to the Civil War. Eventually, he went like 3 or 4 times and kept turning them down. But that last time he went, he was free, y'all. That led to the Civil War. Now, the Democrats, get this now, we Democrats now mostly. The Democrats did not want slavery to end. That's what the Civil War was about. But the Republicans wanted the slavery to end. We used to be Republicans, but some kind of way it was switched up, and we are now, most of us, most African Americans are Democrats. So, all right, let's get started with the Black History. I don't see Pinky here. Hey, Jesse, did I miss you? Strawberry Tappy. Hey, Jesse, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm gonna get started now. This is okay, y'all. What y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna see a court case. Dred Scott, y'all gonna see the court case. This court case was on this week. A young man, they took this young African man to court. He paid $114,000. Just gonna pay his rent up for the next 10 years. Of course, the guy that owned the house or whatever was a crackhead. He was Esau was a crackhead. Soon as he sold the house to the black guy, he went and quick deeded the house to his dad. So the dad got him in court. And y'all gonna see the Dred Scott decision in action, because that judge is gonna be very, very suspicious of him for having that money. Now, Esau don't have no deed, no contract, no nothing to show. All Esau had to come up and say, that's my house, Judge. That's my house. And the judge took his word for it. Ain't showed nothing. Here we go, y'all. We're going to go to the court case first, y'all. It's pretty interesting, y'all. Shoot, yo. There's a lot of bees out here, y'all, and wasps. They're not trying to bite me. They just irritating.
Named Dred Scott. Emerson moved around a lot, and he always took Scott with him. In 1836, Emerson moved to Fort Armstrong, Illinois, taking Scott with him, of course. Interestingly, Missouri was a state where slavery was legal, but in Illinois it was not. The next year, Emerson moved again, this time to the territory of Wisconsin, which is now in the state of Minnesota, where slavery was also illegal. While there, Dred Scott fell in love and married Harriet Robinson, another slave owned by a dude named Lawrence Taliaferro. Emerson ended up moving back to Missouri again shortly after this, leaving Dred and Harriet behind and leasing them out to other army officers. Well, guess what? Emerson fell in love too. He met a chick named Eliza Irene Sanford, who went by Irene, after he moved down to Louisiana for a bit. Hey, I told you he moved around a lot. Emerson married Sanford in Louisiana, and soon after asked Dred and Harriet to join him again. Well, Harriet was pregnant by this time and ended up having the baby on the trip down somewhere between Illinois and Wisconsin in free territory. The Emersons and Scotts returned to Missouri a couple years later. John Emerson died in 1843, and Irene inherited his estate and the Scott family. However, for the next 3 years, Dred and Harriet Scott were hired out to different people. Dred and Harriet first tried to buy their freedom, but that didn't work. So on April 6, 1846, the Scots, with some help from legal advisors, sued Irene Emerson to obtain freedom from slavery. By this time, they had 2 kids. What's crazy is that the Scots are able to pay for the lawsuit due to the family of Dred Scott's previous owner helping out. The Scots went through 3 lawyers over a 14-month period, but ultimately lost the case due to a technicality. Dred and Harriet Scott could not prove they were actually Irene Emerson's slaves. However, the Scots lawyers were able to get them a second trial due to a major fire, a cholera epidemic, and several other delays. That trial didn't begin until January 1850. In this trial, they were able to prove that they were Emerson's slaves. The jury favored the Scots, granting them their freedom.
Yay!
Hold up, not so fast, Emerson's lawyers said. After all, Emerson would be losing 4 slaves, worth a lot of money. Her lawyers asked for a new trial, but they were denied. So then they appealed to the Missouri Supreme Court, who reversed the decision, arguing the Scots were still slaves and they should have sued for freedom when they had the chance, back when they lived in a free state. Well, dang, so the Scots were still slaves. But this saga isn't over yet. Dred Scott sued again on November 2nd, 1853, this time in federal court. For this suit, a lawyer named Roswell Field agreed to help free of charge, except this time he wasn't suing Emerson. He was suing her brother, John Sanford, who now claimed ownership of him. Aw, how sweet. She gave him a gift. What a nice sister. Scott also alleged that Sanford assaulted his family. The judge went with Sanford because of the Missouri Supreme Court decision that said the Scots were still slaves. Field was determined to get this one to the Supreme Court, though, as he wanted to settle the question. Did living in a free state or territory permanently free a slave? The Supreme Court agreed to hear the case, but not until February 1856. Keep in mind, this is 10 years after the Scots first sued for freedom. Just Dred officially filed this time, with the implication his family would be freed as well if they sided with him. It became known as Dred Scott v. Sandford. Wait, Sandford? Yep, even though John Sanford's name was, Sanford. A clerk misspelled his name in court records, and it stayed that way. The Supreme Court justices argued the case multiple times the rest of the year, finally giving a decision on March 6, 1857. The court ruled 7-2 in favor of Sanford. One final time, Dred Scott and his family were denied their freedom. The court ruled that Scott's case shouldn't have even been heard under the Constitution, as Scott was not a citizen. It also declared the Missouri Compromise unconstitutional because Congress lacked the power to ban slavery in U.S. territories. It was only the second time the court had ruled something the Congress did unconstitutional. Justice Roger Taney wrote the majority opinion. Quote, in the opinion of the court, the legislation and histories of the times, and the language used in the Declaration of Independence show that neither the class of persons who had been imported as slaves nor their descendants, whether they had become free or not, were then acknowledged as a part of the people, unquote. Dang, Tawny, that's messed up. The court also ruled slaves as, quote, property, adding that the Fifth Amendment prevents Congress from taking property.
Y'all do know that that still holds up in the case today, and it has never been challenged, that we are 3/4 of a human being when we walk through that courtroom. That's still part of the Declaration of Independence.
Property away from individuals without just compensation. Although Tawny hoped this ruling would
Revocable trust versus Taji Miller.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here.
Ready on that, Your Honor.
Mr. Bowser, do we have witnesses?
Just Mr. May, but I don't think any of the facts are contested.
Okay, let's swear him under oath anyways, in case we do, I guess. But
Yeah.
May, why don't do you swear from the testimony you're about to give will be the truth?
Yes.
Okay, just in case. So you're under oath in case we come back to a question. Mr. Bowser, go ahead and tell me what may not be in dispute, I guess.
Judge, his property is owned by a trust. Mr. May is the trustee. And this property was sold under a land contract to his son, Brian. Brian May then entered a contract with Mr. Miller, a lease agreement. Apparently, Mr. Miller prepared, but it was a 61-year lease on a house for $1,000 a month gross. Mr. Brian May lost his house. He was not making the payments, gave a deed in lieu of foreclosure, and we now own the property. We've had no dealings. We entered into no agreement with Mr. May. He's there. He's subject to numerous felony charges, possession of a firearm, felon third time, but real important here, maintaining a drug house, and it's a bunch of drug charges he has, cocaine. And in any event, we have no relationship with him, never entered a contract with him. He's just there under a prior owner. We just want the house back.
Okay. And Mr. Miller, did you have a lease agreement with Brian May? Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Okay, so why don't you raise your right hand just so we can go this way too? Do you swear from the testimony you're about to give will be the truth?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Okay. And Brian, when did you enter into a lease agreement with Brian May?
I entered this lease agreement with Brian May on July 1st, 2024.
I'm sorry, what was it? July what?
July 1st, 2024, Your Honor.
Oh, just this year, July 1st, 2024. Was there a written lease agreement of some sort?
Yes, Your Honor, it's a written agreement.
Looks like it's the one I got in the file, I guess. Mr. Bowser, have you seen it? Just so we know.
Yes, Judge.
Yeah, Michigan residential lease agreement. Okay.
Your Honor, I don't mean to interrupt. If you look at number 32 on the lease at the sale of property.
At 32. Sale of property. Owner does not have right to terminate this agreement. I don't know that that's will be binding. Who's Mr. Bowser, on this July 1st date, that I guess this residential agreement, who owned the trust on that date?
Mr. May did, Jack May. But the property was owned under a land contract to Brian May. Brian was buying under a land contract at that point.
Oh, it was under a land contract. Okay. Land contract. Do I have the land contract here too or not?
No, Judge, I don't believe so, but you should have a copy of the deed that Mr. May took the property back, and that deed was dated August 14th of 2024.
Oh, it looks like it was a quitclaim deed.
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's go to the land contract first. So was that in writing? Was there a land contract? It had to be, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Do you have it?
No, Judge, I don't.
Is there, Mr. Let's do it this way then, maybe. Mr. May, was there a land contract at one point between you and I guess your son, Brian?
There was, yes.
Okay. Did somebody draft the land contract for you?
I did.
Oh, you did it?
Yeah.
Do you have a copy of it someplace?
I don't. It's been 20 years. This was my son. It was something because we move all the time. I may be able to find it, but it would take a long time, to locate it.
Okay.
My son lived there. He basically has never, this is a house that I wanted to furnish, hopefully my son has some alcohol and drug problems, but that was before then. I was trying to get him enthused or to get him, and to furnish him a place to live. He's basically never paid to live there. I've been paying the taxes and everything. We basically, my son today, we have to basically support him. So we never did anything on the land contract.
because it didn't really matter until
Yeah,
it's come up. So furnishing a place for my son to live is one thing, but furnishing a place for Mr. Miller is totally something different.
under the land contract, then was it ever recorded?
No,
Okay, so it was just agreement between you guys on paper at that point.
we did it on paper because I don't think there's any requirement that it has to be recorded. We did do a memo. I did the deed transfer statement to the township at the time that we did the land contract.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm just kind of
The
thinking.
transfer affidavit at the time that we did the land contract, that was filed at the township, but we have a copy of that.
Okay, was there any provision in the land contract that said that Brian May could not encumber that property until he actually owned it?
Yeah, it was standard language, Judge, and yes, in fact, and that was in 2006 when that contract was done, and it was the standard language in the contract that, right, he had no rights over and above, and Mr. May, Jack May, and the trust had the right to mortgage the property or whatever, but Brian's interest was subject at all times to the prior ownership rights of the trust. And so, yes, there was a restriction in that regard, Judge.
Okay, is that true, Mr. May?
Yes, it is, yeah.
Okay. So back to you, Mr. Miller, how did you enter into this lease agreement with Brian May?
Your Honor, I entered the lease with my landlord, Brian May, and I actually paid up rent in advance. I mean, I don't know what's going on here.
When was the last time you paid rent?
I paid up rent on 7/8/2024. I actually have a receipt too. I have kids in the community. That's why I took so much interest in the property.
How much did you pay on July 8th then?
Your Honor, I paid Brian May $144,000 in cash.
But no cash?
Yes, I did. It's cash, Your Honor.
And you've got no receipt?
Yes, I do have receipt.
Judge, Mr. Brian May was involved in drugs. Mr. Miller is charged with being a drug dealer. We suspect this is all just.
Yeah, what?
Your Honor, Your Honor, I never received a notice to quit.
Why would you pay 140? I got a question though. 144,000 when your monthly payment's only 1,000.
I paid rent up in advance because I have kids in the community, and I took interest in the property because I have kids in the community.
It doesn't make any sense. Why would you just continue to make a $1,000 monthly payment?
That's what me and the landlord put together.
So where's your receipt?
My landlord has a copy.
Hold the receipt up for me.
There you go. His signature is actually on there.
Have you ever seen this receipt?
No, Your Honor. I mean, it's kind of absurd. The whole thing, the 61-year lease, who's going to pay $144,000 in rent? I question whether Mr. Miller, how he had $144,000. He has an appointed attorney for all these criminal cases. This is just fairy tale stuff.
Okay, so I can't see the whole receipt though. It's the problem.
There you go, Your Honor.
Slide it over for me from there. Actually, yeah, hold it up vertical like that for me. Maybe that we can do it that way. Let's just see.
I have to actually bring it in to you, Your Honor.
No, hold on. July 1st. Pull back a little bit. There you go. July 1st, 2026. 2026. There's a 4. I don't understand what this is from. It's go down a little bit now so I can see the other side of it. Just go downward with your. There you go, just like that. Did he ever tell you that he claimed it back to that trust at any time?
He never told me that, Your Honor. I also never got a notice to quit or anything.
Yeah, and it sounds like you had 12 years of rental property, didn't you? Pretty much.
Yeah. I paid him 100, yes, in advance for sure.
So it looks like your action's against Brian, because he claimed it back over to the trust on August 14th. It looks like your action's going to be against Brian. That's what it looks like.
Well, we entered this agreement on July.
Yeah, it doesn't look, everything you're telling me doesn't seem legitimate, it doesn't look legitimate. The terms of the lease don't make sense. Paying cash of $144,000 makes credibility another big issue. Why don't you just get a cashier's check or get something else? Why would you pay cash for something like that?
Yeah, and then again, I'm a felon. It's hard for me to get housing. And then plus,
After the cashier's check, it's not.
that's just the way I went about it, Your Honor.
Yeah, we kind of made a big mistake there, I think. Really. That's a big problem. Mr. Bowser.
Notice he's suspicious of the young man. Now, the young man paid, he showed the receipt, but he's still suspicious. And again, Esau hasn't showed no kind of documents, can't prove nothing, but he take his word.
Sorry, I kind of took over for you. I'm kind of trying to figure out what was going on. Give me your argument why it should ruin your favor, I guess. Go ahead and give it to me.
Because we own the property and nothing that this Mr. Miller is saying makes any sense at all.
Yeah.
And really, it's just beyond belief. A 61-year lease, all the terms of this lease are so goofy. No attorney in their right mind would ever go along with any of this stuff. And plus, Mr. Miller doesn't have, and I believe this is just some drug transaction where Mr. Brian May never had 140.
Wow, y'all hear that? Defaming this man's character. That was a good transaction.
$4,000 in his life.
Ooh, how do you know?
Within a month after this, not even that, well, yeah, it's probably been 2 months after this transaction that he gave the deed back to his dad because he had no money, nowhere to live. And we own the property. We have no relationship with Mr. Miller. We ought to get an order to take possession of that property, Judge.
Your Honor, if I may, I'm going to ask Mr. Miller if the court will allow me, because I haven't at least advised Mr. Miller this case. It's not a case I intended to represent, but if Mr. Miller will let me say something, I would like to try and. I have one concern in hearing this, and I don't disagree with Mr. Belzer that if the land contract prohibits Brian May, from encumbering the property, then they are right that they are the owner and he can't do that. I would just note that no one has presented that land contract to show that. And I'm sitting here with the Cameron's real property book that says unless there's an explicit clause prohibiting encumbering the property, that a vendee on a land contract has an absolute interest in the property to encumber it. So as just a candor to the court, and having represented Mr. Miller at least on advice on this matter, I can't just sit here and just let this go this way without them at least showing that there was a land contract that said he can't encumber it. I get that the terms can be crazy. Commercial buildings enter into leases for 50 and 100 years. I can't speak to why Mr. Miller would enter such a lease, but if they can show that Mr. May didn't have a reason or ability to encumber it through that land contract, then I think their position is absolutely correct. But absent proving that, I think Mr. May is at least a necessary party to testify to say.
That was going to be my next, Mr. Lowry, thank you. That was going to be my next question. Mr. Miller, do you have any witnesses or anything?
Yes.
Well, where's your witnesses at? Today.
They here I can call
Who?
them. Sharika Lewis.
Who's that?
That was a girlfriend of mine.
I'm talking about somebody involved in the contract.
Judge, if I could.
The contract is a legal document. You want me to call Lindsay Markle?
The concern I got is pretty much what Mr. Lowry's is suggesting, though. If I go back in time here, there's an allegation that Brian May had a land contract, correct? Where I've got nothing that says anybody's got any land contract. Who was giving the land contract?
Judge, if I may. So, first of all, you do have sworn testimony as to what the terms of that land contract were. Second of all, this defendant has no right to have free legal advice. If he can come up with $144,000 in cash, he should not be getting legal aid advice. Nor should he have.
I would object to that, Your Honor, just on the basis that Mr. Belzer doesn't know our priorities and our qualification criteria. So
Yeah.
But in any event, really, sworn testimonies to the terms of the contract.
Here's my concern, though. If it all hinges on what right Brian May had, period, whether he owned the property, did not own the property, and it was my question that I asked about having some kind of encumbrance, some kind of paragraph that says you can't encumber the property if it's a land contract. Right now, I got nothing all the way around, period. I get nothing. So who owned the property before Brian May if that land contract is not there?
The trust that Jack May.
Well, actually, my corporation did initially, and then I assigned it from the corporation to myself. Okay. But I bought the property in 2004, built the house, and then sold it to Brian specifically because it was a father to son to provide him housing. We've held title since 2004. My corporation or my trust has had title to that property since 2004.
And then at 2004, what shows
In 2004, it was a vacant lot. I'm a home builder, so we built a house. There's two lots there. We built the one, we sold the one house. The other one, it was to the point where I basically furnished someplace for my son to live.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, I was hoping my son didn't have bad alcohol problems. I thought he would get out of that. He was actually, you could live and work with him when he was an alcoholic. Around 2017, it went from alcohol to drugs. I don't know if Mr. Miller has anything to do with that or not, but he got into the drugs and all of a sudden, I've been basically paying the taxes on it for years. It's basically been my property. It was something.
So he's blaming Esau, blaming the young man for his son's drug problem. Oh, wow.
That I did for my son to live in. I don't think that my son signed that receipt. He can,
Your Honor, Brian, I don't mean to
say
interrupt.
anything or sign.
Brian May has been paying the taxes on the home for years.
Hold on. So,
Furnishing a house for my son to live in is one thing. Furnishing a house for Mr. Miller to live in is something else.
Yeah.
I don't do rentals. I have never done any. If you look at that lease, if you look at the first page, I don't even think it was for 2085 or whatever it was. It looks like they changed the number from a 4 to an 8. My son does some really dumb stuff, but he would never even have done anything this crazy.
well, I think there's just too many pieces for me to kind of speculate on right now, quite honestly, for everybody's sake.
I just want to ask, Your Honor, just if Mr. Belzer. So there was no writing done whatsoever in the terms of the land contract to Mr. May?
No. Yes, there was a written land contract.
Yeah, 2006, there was a written land contract.
So all I would say is that land contract should be produced. I understand Mr. Belzer's position that there was testimony given to the land contract, but I would point to the best evidence rule. The best evidence of a land contract, if there's a written land contract, is the land contract. And
Right, and that's,
again, we'll concede that if that says that Mr. May could not encumber the property with a mortgage or a lease or anything like that, then I think plaintiff prevails undoubted, without question. I just think that the lease should be, or the land contract should be produced.
right, and I agree, and I think honestly, and that's kind of, I'm kind of going around and around on this thing. It's just too much speculation for me just to kind of say, okay, you got this, you got this. When it all encompasses either a land contract or no land contract, I think we're going to adjourn it one way or the other, give both sides a chance to produce whatever evidence they got. All the way back, even in case there's a decision and just the register of deed action, wherever the original title on the property is, we can kind of have a chain of title somewhere. And then this land contract, if you've got any kind of proof of that land contract, whatever it is, I think we need some time to look at that. And same thing with you, Mr. Miller.
Yes, Your Honor.
And two, and then somebody, quite frankly, is Brian May, is there some reason he's not here today?
Yeah, this is a perfect example of the Dred Scott decision, where it still applies to African Americans today when they go to court. Notice, if that lawyer, it was a lawyer, that white man, the one that came up in defense of Mr. Miller, the African American guy, if he wouldn't have came up, that judge would have ruled in favor of Esau. Y'all saw Esau had nothing. The young man had receipts to prove that he had paid for that house. And his lawyer was out of hand, calling him, yeah, he's a drug dealer. And then Esau talking about his son, he probably responsible for his son's drug habit. And his son been having a drug habit almost all his life. But get this, y'all. During the Dred Scott decision, it led to the Civil War. It really did, you guys. But see, what happened was with Dred Scott, when he really, when his owner took him to the free states, Illinois has always been a free state. When his owner took him to Illinois, his owner was in the army, so he was just there to do freely what he wanted to do. But what Dred Scott did wrong was trust his owner. When the owner came back, he told him that he still was going to remain free when he go back to Missouri, but he did not. He sold him to somebody else. But get this, y'all, Judge Sanford. Tanny is his first name. Judge Sanford was the one that ruled in court that we are 3/4 of a human being. We are property, right? Therefore, we could not get the same respect that Esau get when we come through the court system. But see how Mr. Scott won for his wife and children was that he was sold to a new owner, and the new owner was mad at the judge. The new owner was married to the judge's sister, and they had some kind of beef. The new owner was a lawyer, so that's how he got free. Not that the new owner believed in anti-slavery, but it's just that he wanted to get revenge back on his brother-in-law. So that's how it worked, you guys. Okay, so do anybody in the audience, did y'all see any difference? I saw a lot of difference in that case, cause Esau was sitting up there talking about, yeah, I ain't got no contract, I ain't got nothing, I just had it 20 years ago, I don't even know where's it at. He left it alone and went to the guy, and he grilled that African American guy. He grilled him, but when that white man came in and saved him, because he knew the law. He knew the law. Okay, y'all can put it down there in the chat if y'all did y'all see? Tell me what kind of difference that y'all see. Did y'all see any different? Do y'all feel like Mr. Miller, the African American guy, was treated fairly, right? But see, the thing of it is with this country, they wrote rules and laws. So if they did something to us, deleted us, we were not citizens. So nobody would do nothing about it. That's why you had a whole lot of lynching going on and nobody would never get arrested. Okay, we're going in Love and Marriage Huntsville, you guys. We talked about the TikTok. I'm gonna show that. And then uh do y'all remember when Melody went live because of they were always dogging out the melometers? And Tisha and Kimmy sat down there at that table and said the reason they didn't come to her podcast was because of the melometer. Said we might do something to them, girl. And then Melody busted them in her live and said, no, the reason that you did not come because they were looking for somebody else to replace y'all. In that contract, it was a contract issue. And let me tell y'all something. When they went down there to that whole to St. Thomas, that's why Keisha had to bring it. She had to bring it because she knew her job was on the line. Okay, thank you, Miss Hillman. After I say this, I'm gonna put Love and Marriage through Huntsville through. Healings, the black guy had proof and the other guy had nothing. The bottom line of it, that's what it was. They had nothing, you guys. Nothing. He took his word for it. When he explained it, he went on to start grilling the black guy until the other Esau came in and helped him out, and that was when he had to tell them that they had to come back with proof. That's what he told Esau. Okay, thank you guys. Who is this? Hi, Earth Journey at Officially Black Titanic and chat. I saw a difference. What's the saying? You get the justice you can afford. Whoops. Alrighty, y'all. Yeah. Okay, you guys, we're gonna do Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay. Let me go back and see what happened. Hey, CC, Miss Healing, Miss SC. How y'all doing out there? Shout out to how I see it, you guys. That's where I'm taking it from. I was on Melody Live last night, but I made a mistake and deleted some of that video. So, anyway, how I see it. Shout out to you. I'm just going to take a look at it. I do that. While I look for what I'm looking for.
I presented that show. Yeah. We're gonna take a photo. Oh, we're taking, okay.
Sam Miguel is in heaven. One of them sitting in his lap. He also said he coming to Huntsville. He want a date with Melody.
We're gonna put this on our cake. Okay. Ready? All right.
So Melody and Lauren was cutting up and live before the TikTok sale, you guys. But anyway, her two guests was Kim Whitley and Miguel Nunez. Now, Miguel Nunez was in heaven. Oh, Lord, he was in heaven, child. He asked Melody out on a date. He said that she was his future wife. He also said he was coming to Huntsville. And I just watched when Melody was sitting down. He was just rubbing all on her arms, and he was just really into Melody. But anyway, you guys, let's take a look at Lauren and Melody. Lauren and Melody cutting up.
We got Shirley Girlfriend Chronicles, Coco, we're ready to shop. We ready for you. Oh, look what they put on you. It was cute. It was cute. It was cute. It was
It's
cute.
kind of low, y'all. I can't help it.
It was cute. Hey, on Britt's block, Regina McKinney, Charlene Wheeler, Randy Lewis. I see y'all. I see y'all. I see y'all. Y'all come on in. Come on in. Come on in.
And they came, baby. It ended with 91,000 people on her live. 16.1 million likes. Man, they came. She sold clothes. She sold skincare. She sold hair. She sold makeup. This girl was selling everything except for the kitchen sink. Come on in here, she said. Come on in. Yeah, Melody, she really is just blowing up. She blew up. You know what? She was just having fun, and I don't think she was trying to get to that million. It probably would have been nice, but she was selling stuff for $5, $20, $30. She just wanted to make sure that her customers are happy and that they can afford her items, you guys. And that's how she works. She's not in competition with nobody.
Come on in. Hey, come on in. Come on in. Hey. Hey, hey, Dalisa. We in LA. We in LA. We in LA with TikTok and with TikTok. Hey, with TikTok. Hey, with
And shout out to Melody and your new boyfriend, Miguel.
Y'all know we gonna make them song. Y'all know we gonna make them song. And we don't do nothing else. We gonna make them song. Y'all ready to have a good time? Lady P is in the
Yeah, it was fun, you guys.
Tap the screen. You don't cross the screen. Tap the screen. Tap the screen. Tap the screen. Tap the screen.
So anyway, Melody, Melody, please, I want you to go out on that date with Miguel. You might like him now because he sure is into you. Maybe over 15 million likes, you guys, but she did wonderful. Going in the house, And y'all. everyone showed Walls up. eat I'm me up. telling you, that live was amazing. They Ooh, they did eat Miss me up out Van there. makeup. Oh wow, she has a beautiful face. Miss Van is really a beautiful lady. And Lauren had her sister there. I think they said her sister's name was Amber. Had her sister there. They look alike. They both beautiful now. The sister was younger, but I'm gonna tell you something. No wonder Melody used Lauren for makeup. That girl do an absolutely stunning job on your face. I sure did enjoy that live. Congratulations to you, Melody. Now, I just want to find out, how much did you make?
Coming up after the season. I made you like in the beginning when I had kind of one day where I just let content creators come up and ask a few questions. It was almost like a round table thing. I may do that. Okay, sounds good. Okay, well I ain't gonna take up no more time because I know you said I could ask all my questions, so I'm done. Well, thank you. I appreciate you coming up. And you're welcome, and thank you. All right, thank you. Okay, bye bye. Okay, bye bye. All righty. So let's see. Oh, I'm trying to. Okay. What y'all? What are you guys? Yeah, keep tapping the screen. You got 4 in. Who knows? I know. How do you feel about Nell hanging with Stormy and Destiny Tubb? So here's the thing. I've never been a person to try to tell people who to hang out with or who not to hang out with. Hence why you see all these different friendships and relationships happening, because even though they came in by way of me or as a friend of mine, I didn't say, don't hang out with this person. Don't you talk to that person. You better not do this or that. I I've never done it. Nobody can sit here and show you no proof. They can go in their phone and show you text messages of me saying, hey, y'all don't need to be beefing. Y'all have no reason to be beefing. Y'all don't even know each other. You can go pull those receipts. But me telling people not to hang out or not to do this, no, I don't do that. So somebody said they were hanging out last night watching the show. That's fine. Like, they can hang out. Here's my thing. The only time that an issue arises with me is if you try to start saying certain things about me or putting certain things on me that you never have before, and I look at who you hanging out with, of course I'm gonna be like, oh man, that's where that's coming from. And some of that happened the second half of this season when I called it straight out. Called it straight to the carpet, baby. Come to the carpet with it, because so that's what I say. Let people hang out with whoever they want to hang out with. Let people be friends with whoever they want to be friends with. And a lot of times people love to follow what they think looks like, I don't know, success, or I don't know. But I say let people have their friends, but you just watch how they move with you. Now, if they start moving differently with you, if they start, saying stuff about you that they ain't never said about you, but they over here hanging with your ops, then you have a problem. That's when the problem comes in. And like I said, I'm not going to say too much, but y'all will see it the second half. And if y'all don't see it the second half, I'll come here and I'll be addressing it just like I am now. And give y'all all the real. Let's see. What do you hope for the future of LAMH? I don't have a hope for the future of LAMH. I ain't got no hope for it. None. I have no hope. I have no ideas. I have no nothing. So here's the thing. It was this whole melometer-driven thing this whole season, y'all, that was so whack to me. But the fact of the matter is, we didn't want to come to, and listen, I want people to know a lot of what I'm saying is not at the cast members on this show, okay? Because, whatever. But literally, it was, we didn't come because we this, or we scared, or we was this, or we was that. Listen, the fact of the matter is, y'all was trying to get y'all's contracts together, okay? It wasn't you were scared to come. You weren't filming it because you was trying to get your contract together. Now, I would have appreciated it being kept a buck more of that when that conversation happened versus them leaving y'all to be talking about y'all was scared to come because of some millimeters when I know that y'all weren't filming right now because of contract stuff. Stop. And how do I know? Because I was working to help find y'all replacements. That's how I know. So, listen, what we not gonna do in 2024 and 25 is sit up here. Because the show has to go on. So who y'all think gonna be the person that's gonna be reached out to? Me? Oh, say, what's going on? Oh, okay, what we gonna do? All right, well, hey, look, let's figure it out. The show must go on. I bet. Here are some people to look at. Look at them. I don't know. So that whole thing, it was funny to me. It was funny to me because there was not no fear of no millimeters. No, it wasn't. I guess they went and shot that pickup scene at some point and put it in there like that when everybody's contracts got favorable or how they wanted them to be. Okay? So stop playing with me. No. I may do in the beginning when I had kind of one day where I just they can hang out. Here's my thing. The only time that an issue arises with me is if you try to start saying certain things about me or putting certain things on me that you never have before, and I look at who you hanging out with, of course I'm gonna be like, oh man.
I need you to be quiet now.
Okay, I just been side-eyeing her this season, that's all. And I just been watching. Look, y'all free to side-eye who y'all don't want to side out. Don't side out people. I'm just saying. The Jesus and Judas thing at the table and the betrayal as an example, as an analogy. Yeah, I think for me, a lot of times it just be the whole double standard hypocrisy of it all. You know, people who wanting you to ride for them or have their back. You've never, like, let's just keep it a bug. You don't see me going around asking people to ride for me or have my back. You don't. Keep me doing that, okay? So for me, it was more so of like, just couldn't believe, you know, what was like that. Oh, I heard, because y'all only see pieces of it, but another conversation was, well, I heard that you were something cool, that y'all friends. So it's just like, the double standard of it all just be funny to me. And so I really, in that moment, wanted to bring it to the forefront and call it up for what it was, because at the end of the day, you over here doing X, Y, and Z, posting my children too. I've never posted yours. I don't move like that. Like I said yesterday on my live, I can't even tell y'all, I don't even talk to the bear that much at all. Like, we rarely even talk at all. Most of the time we do talk, I want some brisket. Hey, y'all open today? Y'all got some brisket left before I drive up there? Take them over to Fish for a plate. Or I'm talking to Mason students in town. They want to come eat there. Send me the bill because I'm going to cover it. Like, I don't talk to him on a personal level like that. He has called and asked me a question before, advice on something. I told him, hey, this is who you might want to talk to. I've asked him a question on advice before. He told me, hey, this might be who you want to talk to, but he and I don't talk that much. So to have an expectation of some sense of a loyalty that you don't exhibit is weird for me, and I wanted to call it out to the front.
I know that's right. Wait, but Mel, this one, can I just ask this one real quick, and then I won't ask no more. Okay. How do you feel about Nell saying that you have the big head because of your fans?
Well, my question would be, I kind of addressed it yesterday.
I missed it. What's your answer?
I'm laughing at myself, y'all. I promise I'll be laughing all the time. Okay, so I kind of addressed it yesterday, but my question really would be, show me a time with you where I've shown that I have a big head.
Okay.
Where? When? That's kind of, and I can't wait for the second half of the season because I get into that. I'm more on some like, oh, that's what you're saying? How so? Okay, prove it. Okay, when? And, exactly, because you're pulling stuff out. Like, I know that now, where it's like, you ain't just gonna say something without backing it up. And that's definitely what I was on the second half of the season. Me using the Jesus and Judas thing at the table and the betrayal as an example, as an analogy, that's not saying I in no shape, form, or fashion said I'm Jesus. Never did. Don't think that I am, because we all know that's one person without flaw. I have my flaws. So, no, never said it. To be honest with you, can I be honest? I think she was fed that line.
What?
That's what I think. She even looked uncomfortable saying it. She laughing because she don't even believe what she's saying.
But Mel, I'm going to say, I feel like she did believe what she was saying. Roll it back. When you guys were sitting on the beach, and I don't know if it was the editing or not, even though she had on sunglasses, I watched her face. I even paused it to just see her face while you was talking. Her face was
you know what? We had a lot of conversation on the beach. We had a long conversation on the beach. I am not in the editing room, so I don't know how that went. But what I will say is, even her, she's never said anything like that to me in real life.
Okay.
So never has said that in real life to me. Never has insinuated that in real life to me. So I'm gonna have to roll with, and could she have chosen not to say it? Absolutely, she could have chosen not to say it, right? But I'm gonna say maybe she was pushed to say it. And I really like that.
Okay, we're gonna leave it like that.
It also lines up with the narrative that has tried to be used this whole season, which is that my followers this, my followers that. So I'm gonna say, yeah, it was pushed. Absolutely.
Okay, I just been side-eyeing her this season. That's all. And I just been watching.
Y'all free to side-eye who y'all want to side-eye. I'm not saying don't side-eye people. I'm just saying I'm also going to keep it a buck too. And in that moment right there, I don't feel it.
Right, and I said on my live last night, I know you had just said what she was trying to compare what you said, and she said you was getting a big head because of that, comparing yourself to Jesus and all that. And I broke that down in my live for my subscribers, and I said I don't think that's what Mel was trying to do. I don't think that's what she was trying to do. So I agree with you on that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, like I said, it lines up with a narrative that has been pushed. So when I heard it, I was like, right? But, time will tell. Y'all will see a lot of stuff play out as well, especially the next season, because your girl clocked in.
Okay.
Your girl clocked all the way in.
Okay, so are you going to be doing any interviews coming up after the season?
I may do like in the beginning when I had kind of one day where I just let content creators come up and ask a few questions. It was almost like a round table thing. I may do that.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, well I ain't gonna take up no more time because I know you said I couldn't ask all my questions, so I'm done.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you coming up.
You're welcome, and thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. All righty. So let's see. I'm trying to. Okay. What y'all? What are you guys?
Yeah, you guys, that's basically was it. I think I took it off too early. The other part is where she's saying that when they was talking about the melometers, right? When talk about the millimeters, that they were undergoing a contract, and she was looking to replace the Scots. I shouldn't have took it off too quick. I thought it was over with, but that's what the next segment was going to be. Hey, Pinky.
Good morning. Hello. How are you?
Yeah, I think this show is really just about to go out. I've never seen so many breaks in my life in a show.
It don't make no sense. Why would you keep having breaks? And because it didn't come on at all on Saturday. Why would you keep having breaks? Seems like every little thing going on. Oh, we got to have a break. That's because the networks, in my opinion, the network is pulling the plug. Oh, because too much is going on. CK is running in the ground. And when they do breaks like that, they bring you. You need to come. We need to meet. You need to come up here and meet with us. We need to sit down with you. And we're not going to air this because you got too much ish going on. So yes, and then for the Scots, yeah, this is not the first time that I heard that they was thinking about changing them out with new cast members. They was going to be given the boot. That's why, if you notice, think about it, guys. Everybody been wondering, what is Tisha on? Is she on some type of what is she on? Allegedly. All of a sudden, she got the devil that the horns on top. Normally, she had a dog soul inside, but she letting that dog soul be recognized now. Y'all see it. And what is she on? Because you see that little devil grin on her face, the devil in her eyes, even her skin ain't gotten darker. Just like her mama said, she don't like light-skinned people. Dark, y'all calling her daughter dark skin. That's the devil coming out of her. The devil is not light-skinned. That's that dirty devil that's been burnt to a crisp down in hell. coming out of her.
Pinky.
If you're being burnt in hell, you ain't gonna be light skinned. You're gonna be toasty. And she looked toasty all around her neck. You see, it's coming out of her skin, coming out on
Okay,
top of her skin.
let's talk about this. The beautiful who knew brought this up. Melody, she said that in her confession that Mel was trying to compare herself to Jesus. But let me tell y'all something. Melody got a special place in her heart for Miss Fletcher. So we just have to be patient till Melody wake up. But Miss Fletcher was every time Melody said something, when Melody said, well, can't nobody take my throne, but you can pull up a seat next to me. And Miss Fletcher said, see, I told you, if y'all go back and listen at that, everything that Melody was saying in the back of, while she's sitting back there, she's saying, I told y'all. That's what she's saying. You can hear her say it.
Let me just say this. Denise, aka 1908, thank you for the super sticker for Black Titanic. $9.99 super sticker.
Oh, girl, I didn't even see that. I'm sorry, Denise. I did not see that. I'm so glad you're here. And my Cash App is up and running. It's $Titanic65. It's up and running now.
That's the way you start off the morning.
Yeah, I've been here over an hour, Pinky. I'm finna get ready to close in about 10 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah, and so look, Melody was over there on TikTok. You know the beauty of this girl's personality. She could have pushed. I don't know how much she made, but she just was having fun. She wanted to make sure that her fans was comfortable and able to afford the stuff because she was selling stuff for $5 over there. Surely, if you selling stuff for $5, you probably take you a long time to get to $1 million. She just was having fun and she was not worried about that. She's not in competition with nobody. And Miss Betty, she over there on her Facebook talking noise. And, Melody is not in competition with nobody. She running her own lane.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. I was on that live. Okay. It was on her TikTok live. It was wonderful. It was great. Melanie hit all kind of records. Yes, she did. And I don't know what that little devil Betty is talking about, but she did an awesome job. She was hitting those millions like it was crazy. Her numbers was going up so quick. Million people watching or likes. She was hitting those numbers like, and I know because I was there. I was there from 2:30 when it started until the end of the live. I didn't go nowhere. I did not leave my desk. I didn't go nowhere. I was there at the entire from the start to the finish. It was the best live of 2024.
Okay, can you read this? What Capricorn said, Flower said.
Nell was throwing her hand up every time Nell, I should have said, was throwing her hands up every time Mel said something while sitting on the beach. Yes, she was.
Yeah, so she was. She was throwing shade at Melody. She been throwing that shade at Melody ever since she been here. Ever since y'all know that woman been throwing shade at Melody. Got people side now. I got her in the gray area. That's what I got her in because Mel just got a special place in her heart for her. Pinky.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you read that?
That says no matter what she made, she was thankful and happy to be there. I'm proud of her and her family and as well as her team. I think Mel did a great job. She made a lot of money. Yes, she did. So I don't know where this thing coming off that she didn't make nothing. She did. She didn't do well. I don't know, but she did an awesome job. She did. You just had to be there. Mm-hmm. So you can't take the information from naysayers because they're gonna put everything down. You just had to be there, and I'll let Mel speak for her. Don't want me to speak about it. That's okay.
Okay, Cece, read what Cece said.
Cece said, Mel thought she'll be able to pull up some ladies up to her kingdom level to run Huntsville business sector. They was not up to the task.
Yeah. So, it's unfortunately Stormy coming there with an attitude like that, Stormy and her mother, when this woman has brought them to their platform. If Stormy and Betty so unhappy, why don't they just leave? They could have been left. They don't have to stay there. Not one of them don't have to stay there because it can be easily replaced with somebody that do have black excellence.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Cece said she was there during the whole live, and TNT says that fantastic live. Yeah, it really was, you guys. I'm so proud of this young lady. I know her mama got to be proud of her.
Her mom was there. Her kids was there. They all was there. You can hear them, and her mom was on camera as well, getting stuff done to her hand and her and the kids. You can hear Tank. You can hear them all. Boss Baby, and all of them. Yeah, they all was there.
So TikTok live, they said she ended up with 91,000 views. Pinky, 91,000 views, and how many? Over 16 million likes.
Yeah,
right?
who said that?
She ended up that her live was over 91,000 people was in her live when she ended.
Oh, who said that?
It's on the record. It was 91,000 people in her live when she ended. It was on the record. When it ended, it said 91,000. I wrote it down.
I wrote it. I know what it says.
What did it say?
Well, I just let it say what everybody else is saying, but I know what I saw.
What did you see? We trying to talk. Wait, that's what you're up here for. What did you see?
Yeah, nothing. We ended with what?
Was it more than 91,000?
What was that number you said? 91,000.
It was 91,000 in her live, and then it was 16.1 million likes.
Okay, you're probably right, then.
Yeah, that's what it's up there though.
I was tapping from both platforms. I was.
Yeah,
tapping.
it's up there. When she ended that live, it said 91,000. When she ended that live,
okay,
I wrote it down.
And then I know it was 16,000 likes or something.
Yeah, and 16,000 likes.
He was trying to get it there. Yeah.
Anyway, you guys, I'm getting ready to go. Thank you for being here, Pinky. I've got stuff I need to do. I said I was just gonna be here an hour, you guys. So I want to thank each and every one of you for coming up here. You guys, y'all, I hope y'all will support my channel. Because of the nature of what I put out today, they will not be monetizing me. I already know that. So I'm depending on y'all.
What did you put out that they won't monetize it? What did you say?
Well, I did a compromising court case and a Dred Scott case. Anytime I do the Dred Scott case, it's about slavery ending and things like that. They don't like that. So, and then that court case was a compromising.
Okay.
Something compromising. So anyway, you guys, it's $ Titanic 65 for my Cash App. I do have a PayPal as well. So thank you guys for all being here. Thank you, Pinky, for showing up. Love you.
You too. I'm sorry. You know, when you told me you're going live, I didn't even have my coffee yet. So I had to get my brains together.
It's okay. It's okay.
I just woke up.
I make sure I get what they're saying over here. She said I was there the whole time. Pink, I want you to read. I'm going mute, and I
was there the whole time. Congratulations to Mel. Yes, we was there the whole time. Oh my Lord, congratulations. She did a fantastic job, and I love the fact that she had her celebrity guests, Kim Whitley and Miguel. Both of those was stand-up comedians, And boy, they brought it. Miguel, he knows beauty when he see it. He knew Melanie is a beautiful woman. Oh Lord, if I love the energy. I just love the energy of all three of them together. Mel knows how to handle her guests. It was absolutely wonderful, guys. And
Okay, when I put them up, can you just read it while I put them up there
okay, yes,
in a
I
row?
will.
Okay, I'm gonna go on mute, and I want you to keep reading as I put
Okay,
them
Black
up.
Girl, Kelly Girl said she did a great job, and the colors on the set was simply beautiful. May May, that's amazing for her first time. Hand claps and love. Roxy said Grand Rising. Oh. T 16.6 million likes. Roxy, Grand Rising Queen BT on the replay. Be great today. Hi, Earth Journey, which is BT, official BT in chat. I saw the difference. What the sign you get, the justice you can afford. I saw what they were saying. Okay. The black healing, the black guy had proof and the other guy had nothing. I agree at CC. That's Black Tony's. This is her Cash App. You go to $ Titanic 65. Her Cash App, guys. $ Titanic 65.
Okay, on that note, I'm going. I got an appointment, y'all. And
Okay.
I sure did enjoy y'all. Y'all make sure y'all get my likes up. I did have Mother Van on I did a TikTok live last night. Mother Van is on there. You guys can look at that. Make sure y'all support that. Thank you.
Yes, we will.
All right. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.
Love you all.